Whew. Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. You need a roof, call Parrish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes, platform powered by GameCoin. Y'all, my goodness, it is storming outside. Woo! Good Tuesday morning. Kids are off school, you don't have to work, or you're sleeping in, good for you. It's one of those days where, man, when it's dark and rainy, you just want to throw the covers back on and go night-night. Anyway, we got work to do, y'all. We got regional baseball upon us coming up on Friday. Thanks to everybody who hung out with us on the Locked On LSU channel for the regional recap. LSU, the number 6 national seed, they'll play the 4 seed in the regional Little Rock on Friday at 2 p.m., and then Dallas Baptist will play Rhode Island. Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. This guy's. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's loud. Anyway, so, I mean, you got about as favorable a draw as you could possibly imagine. Little Rock is maybe the worst team in the field. They were sub 500, but they were a bid stealer. They won their, well, I guess it's not a bid stealer because that wasn't going to be a 2-bid league, but they won their conference tournament, and as a result, they're in the field. I mean, I don't love that that we minimize the regular season to put so much emphasis on a stupid, unnecessary postseason tournament. But Little Rock was 8-16 in the Ohio Valley this year. They had a losing record overall, and they were 8-16 in their league. Their RPI is number 243 nationally, 243 out of 307. They're awful, and they're the 4 seed in your region. I mean, it's a gigantic break. And so then Rhode Island and Dallas Baptist. We know Dallas Baptist, LSU, Dallas Baptist played at the end of February at Globe Life. They've been a good, mid-major there. Whew. Feels like that. I mean, y'all. Anyway. If you remember, LSU and Dallas Baptist have some history. When Jay Johnson was hired, he hired Dan Fitzgerald away from Dallas Baptist. Dan Fitzgerald's now been hired as the head coach at Kansas, but there's even some more connective tissue there. The game against Dallas Baptist at Globe Life is where Connor Ware went 4 innings of shutout baseball. Then he gave up a leadoff homer to start the 5th, and they pulled him. But LSU won the game 7-3, and really no issues. So you feel really good about making it through your regional, and then you're paired with Clemson. But Clemson's got a little bit of a challenge with Kentucky and West Virginia there. In that regional as well. So, West Virginia's a pretty good team. Might give Clemson a run. Not sure. I believe Kentucky can do it. But Clemson's got really one proven weekend starter. It's been a kind of a hodgepodge rotation after that. We'll talk about Clemson, though, if and when that matchup comes to fruition. But Friday, LSU and Little Rock. I know everybody's going to ask what Jay's going to do pitching wise, and I don't know. you certainly have the great benefit of playing a weak opponent where you could pitch off. I mean, you could throw Newt Shores, out there against Little Rock and conceivably do great, and then have Anderson Einson to finish it for you. The problem with that approach is if you go Anderson Saturday, Einson Sunday, then those guys would be pitching on short rest for the supers, provided you're in a Friday, Saturday, Sunday super. You could always be in a Saturday, Sunday, Monday super, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But my guess is Jay will go Anderson, Einson, Anderson, some combination there for the first 2 days. Okay. Say some good mornings here. Chandler, a packed marble game is upon us. Hey, let's be honest, Chandler. Even though the game Friday is at 2:00, that's still going to be packed too. And it's one of the benefits that Jay has of being in a program where even if you decide to play at 2 instead of at 6:30, your fans are still going to show up. So they like to play the early game for all the reasons we've talked about in the past. You have a determined start time instead of, an indefinite start time based on the finish of the first. Like the second game is scheduled to start at 6:30. It doesn't mean it's gonna. Depends on what happens in the first game. But if there's a weather delay, you don't want to be in the second game. If you have a weather delay, then you're pushed back even further. You could end up playing, in the wee hours. If you do lose that second game, you have a quicker turnaround to play the first game Saturday. So you have longer recovery time if you play in the first game till either game on Saturday. So for all the reasons, there's a lot of reasons that they prefer to play the first game. I'm not sure it matters tremendously, but I do understand all the logic behind it. Paul Maneri did it for a lot of years. You'll like to play that. The one drawback is you don't get the night crowd, on a Friday night at the box. And that stings, but it's going to be packed either way. So anyway, hey, Thomas, Leon, Spurge, Booth from Saudi. Okay. Christian, what's going on? Yeah, man, nasty weather for sure. It is dark and storming. Hey, Dale, looking forward to this point in Clemson in 2 sports this year. From your lips to God's ears. Hey, Guy, good morning. I fly back to North Carolina. A few more trips before I can move to Baton Rouge for retirement. Go Tigers. All right, Guy, look forward to having you down here, man. Got to meet Guy last year during one of the Whiskey and Wine episodes. Great to see you, man. Gorilla, Brant, foot on throat. Let's go. Chandler, late, but my beautiful daughter was baptized at MBS Sunday. Always gives great perspective on what's important in life. Chandler, what mass was she baptized at? I was at 11:30, and I did notice the chrism oil on the altar. I wonder if that was it. Sorry. Yes, indeed. Hey, Glenda, good morning. Kelly, Jacob, good morning, y'all. Had SLU split with Southern Miss, they would have gotten in as a 4. It's a shame for them. Yeah, so they were Southeastern was the first team out. And boy, it's got to be disappointing for J.R. Teagues, who's the chairman of the selection committee, and the former baseball coach, and have his school first team out. Bummer. Stat Dub, what's up with the weather? It's raining hard. Patrick, happy getting the national seed. Let's crush this weekend, reach the supers. It just also goes to show you that LSU was never really in danger of not being a national seed. Vanderbilt winning the SEC tournament moved them up to the 1 seed. But it really doesn't matter. Like if you're the 1 or the 8. I mean, I'm not saying that because LSU's 6. The objective is because they don't reseed the tournament. Like the objective is just be one of the top 8, so you get to be at home. Whether you're 1, 8, anywhere in between, it doesn't matter. And they don't seed the field like 1 doesn't play 64, 2 doesn't play 63. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it's location, proximity, cut down on travel, so that it really genuinely doesn't matter if you're 1 or 64 or 1 or 8. It just, as long as you're one of the 8, you get to be at home. Bracket looks amazing for the Tigers. Robert, would you pitch off in game 1 for LSU? I would want to know, Robert, quite honestly, if what my super regional schedule would be. Because I would be leery about pitching both Anderson and Einstein on short rest next week. But there's also the point of view that next week doesn't matter if you don't get there. And so what gives you the best opportunity to get there? And I think that's pitching off. So you'd have Anderson, Einstein available for Saturday, Sunday, because I think you'll beat Little Rock no matter what. And if you can't beat Little Rock with Newt, Shores, whatever combination, then you're probably not going anywhere anyway. The other side of it is you could also say, well, if you win your first 2 games, then whoever you play on Sunday will be playing their 4th game when they come to play you, because they'll have to play an elimination game and then come back and beat you twice. So it'd be their 4th and 5th games. So like that team conceivably would be out of pitching to play a 4th and a 5th game on a weekend. So you should be fine with Newt, Shores, whatever in that situation, which there's validity to that, but we've seen it happen. I mean, in 2014, LSU lost a home regional to Houston. The LSU was in the winner's bracket. Houston came back and beat them twice. Beat them Sunday, beat them Monday. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Stat up, we can face Micah Bucknam. Brian Wynn, Tim Gotro, Guy Brooks. I know Jay threw Skeens against Tulane. I hope he pitches backwards. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. Hey, Dale, looking forward to spending time at the box this weekend. All right, Dale, be good to have you in town at the box at a golf course. Austin, morning. All about the weather delay so I can sneak out and catch a game while the kids are asleep. Seth, morning. How do you think North Carolina, how upset do you think North Carolina was to draw LSU in their regional? Oh, last year. I mean, think about Coastal this year drawing Florida. I mean, that stinks. For Coastal, Clemson's got both West Virginia and Kentucky in their regional. I mean, there's good draws, there's bad draws. Jason, good morning. Guess who won the disc golf tournament? Is headed to Alaska playing a tournament. That a babe. All right, Jason, congratulations, man. Cheers. Look at that. We got Jason doing disc golf out there doing big things. We got David doing big things in bowling out there. Hope good luck to you, man. That's awesome. Alaska, disc golf in Alaska. Like, is there any, show my ignorance here, like, are you playing on ice? I mean, is there greenery in Alaska this time of year where you would go play in a disc golf course in Alaska this time of year? I don't know. Playing on a glacier? By the way, y'all, I do want to remember. So Brian Penton is having quadruple bypass today. So y'all, we talked to Brian here every day. For those who missed it, Brian had a heart attack a couple of days ago. Thankfully, it woke him up and he called 911. You just hear so many times of people going to sleep and never waking up. But he woke up, called 911, and thankfully they got there in time, and he's having quadruple bypass today. So if you have a moment and could say a prayer, take a moment for Brian, that'd be great. I know he'd appreciate it. Hey, Robbie, good morning. Being a Southeastern alum, I feel the Lions deserve to be in the regionals, even though they didn't win their conference. Great season. It's the I don't disagree, Robbie. The real challenge and the disservice that's done to a lot of teams like Southeastern is auto bids for conference tournament champions from every league, like Little Rock. I mean, is Southeastern a more deserving team than Little Rock? Yes. But if you're going to have a representative tournament, then you're going to let conference champion, like winning your conference has to matter. And so that's what we call them, bid stealers. It's unfortunate, but every year there's going to be teams on the bubble that get left out. Phil, Shore's pitching first game, maybe Newt. I mean, they've shown you the way they'll go. They'll go Newt Shores is kind of how they do that. But again, I don't think Jay's going to do it. We'll see what he elects to do. I'm just looking at history, and I just don't think he's going to leave anything to chance. Chandler, okay, I was there, man. Charlie Gale, hey, Ben, good morning. Mark, what's your take on Southern Miss Regional? I think Miami and Alabama are going to give the Gold Eagles problems in Hattiesburg. Don't know a lot about this year's Miami team. Alabama is one of those that was kind of on the hosting bubble. So that's a tough draw. I mean, I think anybody that gets an SEC team in their field is probably just at an inherent disadvantage just because of the talent, the resources, and then playing in the SEC every week. They're just not going to be moved by any type of crowd. So, yeah. Hey, Tommy, good morning. What did you do to lose all the weight? Asking for a friend, LOL. I went about a year ago deep down a biohacking hole. And it's long and complicated, and probably if I start talking about it, won't make a bunch of sense. But a cold plunge every morning. I intermittent fast. The food I do eat, I subscribe to Factor, so I can have like chef curated meals that are that fit my diet, my lifestyle. I did a genetic test, so I supplement for deficiencies in my body. I mean, my morning protocol is I take Perfect Amino with hydrogen water, Baja Gold mineral sea salt. So I get all my essential aminos, all my essential minerals, my omega-3s. There's a bunch of other supplements I take that. Anyway, breath work, grounding, just a lot of biohacking as I went deep down that rabbit hole. And it's been amazing. It's been life-changing. Not just from weight loss, but like inside out. I mean, like my blood work is immaculate. So I would recommend, if you're interested, the guy whose content I found, his name is Gary Brecka, Brecka, and I recommend go listen to an interview. The interview he's done. He's been on Joe Rogan twice now. But if you have 2 to 3 hours, or find 2 to 3 hours to go listen to or watch, go to the first one with Brecka on Joe Rogan. They'll give you a good core base of understanding of who he is, what he does, like how all that process starts, and then you can kind of go from there. Hey, Timmy, LSU Shreveport 55-0, crazy. Congrats to them. Hey, Rachel, good to see you there. How do you feel about the path, though? I feel awesome. I mean, I don't know that LSU could have gotten a better path. And a few phone calls yesterday after we did the show. I think LSU has an advocate in the room, and J.R. Teagues, which is great. And I think Kentucky is very lucky to be in the field. Let's just say sometimes there's a give and a take. And I think Kentucky is very lucky to be in the field. Put it to you that way. All right. Hey, Lowell, good morning. Sean Johnson will go bazooka hunting Friday, expect Anderson. So do I. Noah, first things first, I know thought of Clemson at the box for Super is mouthwatering. Yeah, that'd be cool. Matt, I had the idea that Todd Walker's son, Jack, plays for Houston Christian. They're playing in the Austin Regional. Following the Southland Conference, I feel Houston Christian has a chance to win that regional. I think Houston Baptist has been a good team this year. Or wait, not Houston Christian, right? It's Houston Baptist, isn't it? Right? Oh, it's Houston Christian. Okay. Or was it formerly Houston Baptist? Maybe I'm confusing Dallas Baptist. But yes. Houston Christian. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, they got a good shot. South Alaska is beautiful this time of year. Okay, good to know. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll if I get an update from Brian, I'll share, but it may not be until tomorrow. Hopefully he's awake, alert, and can pop on here. But if I get an update, I'll let you know. Chandler, we did not sit in front. Daughter said act like 10 with us. It's all good, man. Quentin, Randy, do you know if Evans is okay? Yeah. I haven't heard that he's not. I'll put you that way. Hey, Mark, Troy baseball got screwed. Thoughts on cost of USC Nolan at $700 for the top row? Are you talking about secondary market? I mean, hopefully prices normalize, which I think they will. But Poirier's last fight, man. I'll be there. It's gonna be fun. Thomas, thank you for the notable reminder.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. At Parrish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Parrish built. Parrish built. Parrish built. From your hometown. ParrishBuilt.com.
All right. Tell you what, after the rain this morning, I bet a lot of people will need Parrish. Whew. Looks like the finals be the Thunder and Pacers. Looks that way. Thunder look pretty unstoppable, and the NBA has got to be miserable about that. Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, not exactly the two markets that the NBA would, a couple of flyover states that the NBA would like to have on display in June. Hey, Noah, Anderson versus Little Rock would essentially be Skeens versus Tulane. Can't afford to take chances game one. I'm okay with the normal rotation, especially with two aces. Dale, Rockers better start hiring some ancillary staff. Think O'Connor leaves Virginia for Mississippi State. I don't know, Timmy. The name that I had heard initially was Tom Walter from Wake Forest. I know that they have been in contact, and that would be interesting. I think the challenge he has at Wake is he just doesn't have the investment. Very hard. Okay, it was Houston Baptist. Okay, they changed their name in 2022. Hard to win if you don't have the financial investment in this era. Hey, Rex. Thank you, Thomas. Hunter. David, good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think that's all. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us. We're back on with AFR at 3 today. Excited to be there. I am, let's see. I have a little time here. I may turn around another Locked On podcast this morning. So be on the lookout for that. So thanks for being here. Please smash the like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you.